What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of Mommy Needs a Break. Because we need a break, and this is our break with you today. Make sure you follow this show on @MNAB Podcast all over your social media. And you can find me, Megan Thomas, @MegScoop everywhere as well.
And me over here, Marisa Johnson, and she is Marisa J.
Oh yes, today on the show, we got a good one for you. We're talking about women entrepreneurs and the mistakes they make. We're also talking about running a mommy train. You'll find out what I mean later. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. But you got to stay tuned so you can know what I mean.
I don't even look at your stories prior to us going.
Which is why I love doing
and I'm
this.
like, wait, what? That is hilarious. Before we get into all that, this segment is called Ain't No Shame, where we have our mommy confessions about how we raise our kids, and we don't shame each other, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Today, ain't no shame in playing hide and go seek with your kid and forgetting them.
Wait, what?
Like forgetting about them.
You were playing hide and seek and you forgot your child? So she was just hiding?
Well, first of all, Caleb comes home with a new game and a new song every day.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm just like, wait, what? You learn Jingle Bells and it's like June? What? So she came home playing hide and seek with herself, and she, Mommy, I go hide. And she hid in the cabinet, the pantry. And we were eating dinner, talking, weren't really engaging. And a couple minutes later, she like pops out the closet. Mommy, I hide.
Oh, she was just sitting in the pantry
she was sitting in the pantry this whole time.
She was so excited. She
Literally.
like, they gonna find me soon.
Literally sitting in there, waiting to be found. And not making a peep.
Oh, God.
Not messing with the cans, like nothing.
She was so good. That was a long time
And
for
I felt so bad. I was like, oh, you were really playing this game? Oh, my bad. Okay, let's start over.
Oh, poor baby.
Poor child.
I could just see her little face with excitement in the pantry, like,
Mommy, I hide. I hide.
You're gonna find me. Oh, poor Halo.
Poor Halo.
Okay. Well, as long as if you're not neglecting your kids like this one, this is my mommy tip. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to shame you for that. Look, Matt be in there hiding. He don't even know how to play hide and seek. He actually is in the pantry. And I'll just be like, are you going to stay in here? Okay, I'll close the door on you. And he just be in there in the dark. And I'm like, are you going to scream or come out or something? You just be in there chilling. Like, it's cool. So whatever.
You know, actually, a funny thing about the pantry, I read Shonda Rhimes' book, Yes. Mm-hmm. And she said one thing she appreciated about her parents is she would like to play in the pantry, obviously, and she would make all these worlds and lands with cans. And that's where she got her imagination from. And her parents never told her, like, get out there. And I remember Terrell was telling her, I was like, no, Terrell, remember I know about the book, but she's going to drop the can on her foot, and I don't want her dropping the can on her foot.
That could create a great novel, Terrell.
Like, okay. That's where Shonda gets all her fantasy worlds from the pantry.
Well, I understand that, but I am also with Terrell on it because when I opened that pantry, because I thought I left him sitting on the floor, okay? He wanted to sit on the floor, and I was like, come out. He wouldn't, so I closed the door, thinking he would be like, no, let me out. He just wasn't. He was chilling. So I was like, okay, cool. I opened the door back up thinking he was on the floor. This boy is about to climb up my pantry.
Oh.
So I was like, wait a minute. He had like moved the paper towels and like stepped on a box and was like on his way up. I was like, oh no, we can't do this.
Nah, get out of here.
Like, no, you can't play here. All right, you guys, we're talking about mommy tips. And this is my mommy tip. You need a mommy train, not just a regular, not that kind of train, you guys. Oh, you guys are dirty. You got dirty minds. No, it's a mommy clothes train for your kids. So this is what my friend who has, her son's like 3. So she told me about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And she just had a newborn. Mm-hmm. So she said what she does is she has a mom who's like, and you want to do this with a kid that's about like, 6 months to a year older and younger than your child. So you find like same-sex child or whatever kind of clothes you want to put on your child. Just find the kid that would wear those clothes. And then find them that's like 6 months to a year. I'm sure we all have friends who have kids 6 months to a year older than ours, right? So then you get their clothes that are barely used, still got the tags on them, to use for your child.
Right. Oh.
And any of your child's clothes that are like same thing, that barely used, still have the tag on them, you give to another child in your friend mom circle that's like 6 months to a year younger because it's the same season.
Right. Oh, that's
so smart. And so she told me, and I was like, wait, what? And she is like a a national chief diversity officer. Like she's she's a C-suite exec.
Right,
and I was like, because at first I was like, some people are like, I don't like taking hand-me-down clothes, but it's not like that. It's it's good clothes that you would wear for your child, but they just outgrew.
Right. Which fast that happens.
And that happened so fast that, all moms have to deal with that. So she was like, so when your child grows out of something, give it to me. So that's what I did. I was like, because she has a newborn. Right. So I found a kid he's like a year older than Mav, and so we get his clothes.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you're a part of this.
So now, but every mom can do
mommy
it.
Train.
Get a mommy clothes train with your friends. That's all it is. You just say, hey, do you have clothes?
Is that the name of it?
I don't think there's an official. I did. I just I thought it was funny. mommy train, mommy clothes train. So yeah, we do that. Now we get clothes from our little friend Julian because he's a year older. And some of the stuff be so cute. And I'm like, where'd you get this? And it's out of season. Like, they don't make it anymore. Right. Or whatever. So I'm like, this is great that we got it.
And you can save some cash.
And you save money. And you're like, it's better for the earth because you're not just like buying clothes left and right. Like, you're reusing, recycling. And then for all of our clothes, we do the same thing with my friend that told me about this because her child's almost a year younger than Mav. So he got that stuff. And then so you always have that person in your life, no matter what age. And like, if y'all live in the same community, as you get older, there's always some set of clothes coming to you, and there's some set of clothes going to that person.
That is actually a great idea.
Mommy
That's a good tip. Megan comes with the tips.
Mommy clothes train, right? But then don't tell some of the dads because some of them don't like. Mom was like, "Why you get?" Like, wait, somebody wore this before, and I was like, you know what?
This is why I don't tell you nothing.
I was like, I can't tell you about this because it's gently used or new, guys. Okay, it's stuff that you would keep for your kid and actually put them in if they can fit it.
For sure.
And we ain't gonna put our kids in no trash.
You get a mommy train with some designer labels.
That's what I need some friends who wear designer clothes. I try to ask my friend, like, I live in Atlanta now, but she lives in Cali. I was like, I wonder if I can be like, can you just mail me those clothes? You also got a Balenciaga hoodie. Like, can you just send that?
He grew out of that already?
Right. I've been stolen the clothes too. Like, you ain't got nobody.
That's
send it this way.
All right. This next segment is Let's Scroll. So, we all get our breaks. We like to get on the gram, scroll the internet, get lost in that infinite mess. But actually, I found a really great article. Me and Megan are both entrepreneurs. We are creatives. We do our own thing. We try to make nothing out of something and
something out of nothing.
Something or both.
Sometimes it needs something there and you just got nothing. I ain't gonna lie.
But there was an article at entrepreneur.com. It was the top 10 things women entrepreneurs, the top 10 mistakes women entrepreneurs make from scaling to $1 million. And I was like, ooh, I need to read this. So I'm not going to read all 10, but I pulled out some facts that I think kind of play in the mommy world and in business. Like, I can totally see why this happens to us. Number 1, doing it all yourself. Again, same thing with mommies. We always want to do everything ourselves. We don't want to ask for help. And it translates into business. And I know for myself, I am doing everything, not everything, but a lot of things. I'm always afraid to either ask for help or hire the right help or like, oh, this is my baby. It's a second baby. Your business is your second baby. So you're always afraid and you think you can do it yourself. That was the number 1 thing. Doing it all yourself. That's keeping you away from $1 million, basically. The other one was not busting limiting beliefs. And I think that's another thing for women, especially mom, like basically telling yourself those negative thoughts of like, I can't do this. There's no way I can do this. Not rising to your full potential, right? Or thinking that because you're a mom or because this, you know what I mean? I feel like they go in hand again. Yeah. Because we do that to ourselves, obviously.
Anything's possible, ladies.
Right. The third one, not working with coaches, mentors, and advisors. And I think a lot of women have the habit, if they're not entrepreneurs, they're just, they're mommies. Yeah. Of having that circle, right? We always talk about your network and your circle and who supports you. Yeah. And that kind of translates to business because there's other people who are expert in your field, right? Yeah, and you don't always want to use, I don't know if you feel like, I don't know the right coaches or the right mentors, or I don't have the time to sit down with someone and talk about that. Again, mommy things, that we do. And then there are a lot of women who don't like to seek advice,
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
I got it.
I got it. Right. So that's, again, another thing from keeping us from $1 million.
Yeah.
And the last one, not investing in networking or personal growth. I think...
Like, what does that entail, though?
So, but this reminded me of when people talk about, to moms, self-help, self-care, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it goes hand in hand, because when you're in business, you have to network. You have to get out there. You have to invest in your personal growth. So if it's taking a class, a course online, learning how to video edit, or you know what I mean? You're still investing in yourself. So I just kind of thought about, in mommy world, it's like self-help, self-care, taking the time to love yourself. And so those were the things that I felt like kind of crossed boundaries of keeping us from $1 million.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
No, and so, I mean, that's good that you bring that up, because I feel like, you know, we have the potential. I feel like out of anybody, mothers are the ones who can actually make a business successful.
Right.
Because we have the skills, we've got the organization, we've got like all of the stuff that you're going to need.
Right.
All of that stuff makes these businesses work.
Yeah.
We've got it. So I just think that out of anything, if you're having a down moment, just know it can happen. I mean, we're living proof. Look, Lafayette space over here, this business, you started it, when Halo was
2 weeks old?
2 weeks old. Girl, 2 weeks old. I looked a hot mess. My hair was, I thought I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And you was out here starting a whole business.
Yes. Find us if you're in Inglewood. Hit us up.
Yes. And of course, if you have internet, just go to cubicles.io.
You have internet.
I mean, it's easy to go there. Yes. Well, this is not really my business. This is my fiance's business.
Which is your business too.
It's mine, because I was in the gym while he was shooting.
Right.
Okay? I've been in the gym with him shooting. Okay? I've been throwing the assists, revising stuff. Have you thought about this? Whether he asked for it or not. Most of the times he didn't ask. I mean, but I gave my 2 cents.
That's funny.
Some of the stuff, I was like, hey, you use the color I said use on your website.
See, because they listen.
Because they listen. I was like, that's a good color.
Yo, we're going to have $1 million by the end of this year.
So yes, check out Cubicles with a Q.io. All right. So there's let's switch gears a little bit. There's another study that came out it's from the Advances in Neonatal Care, because, you know, I like to give where I find this stuff. But this has to do with like preemie babies and how, you know, preemie babies have to be like in the NICU. And a lot of times they're not always with their mom and dad. So they don't always get the skin to skin, like the constant skin to skin contact. And I was having a conversation with one of my friends who has a preemie, and she was just like, you know, that was the hardest thing for me in the NICU, is just seeing my baby there and knowing I couldn't hold him, and like I wanted to do what you did in your picture, which was like just put the baby on your chest and just lay there for 2 days or 1 or 2 days in the hospital with the baby with me. She's like, I couldn't do that. And she felt really bad. And she was just saying how, like, I felt like when we got home, we just didn't bond, and like he didn't know who I was. And I was like, no, don't be so hard on yourself, because it's, you know, most babies are just like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm here.
It's hot. It's cold out here. Like, why is it so dark?
I gotta breathe this air.
Right. Like, I was like, so don't feel bad about that. And so I found this study, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was right. It's basically saying that, so, you know, some people think skin-to-skin contact automatically results in good attachment between mother and the infant, but this study says that might not be the case. It shows that continuous skin-to-skin contact doesn't lead to better interaction, especially like if you look 4 months later, which is what they did. So they took kids or babies and moms who just regular birth, no issues, had the constant skin to skin. And then they had the preemies that had the intermittent skin to skin. So sometimes, you know, when they were allowed to come out of the incubator. So 4 months later, there was no difference.
Right.
So they were like, basically for all the parents carrying that weight of like, oh, like I didn't get to bond with my child. It doesn't matter.
It's cool.
And and then they said the only difference is like stress levels, like when the baby's in there at the very beginning, that does seem to make a little bit of a difference, but it's not a lasting difference.
Right.
So don't feel bad, you preemie parents out there.
By the time they're 3, they ain't gonna want you to hold them. They don't want you to do nothing anyway. They don't want to be bothered by you.
They don't know you. Don't call my name in public. Drop me off around the corner so they don't see you. That's gonna happen really fast. And, you know, so I just want to also point this out. Like, I just want to say how grateful I am that my baby was healthy. And my heart goes out to all parents who have to be in the NICU, because that is the most, like, you feel like you're so helpless and you don't, like, what can I do?
I couldn't imagine.
I could not imagine. And like when my friend showed me the pictures of her son who came, I think at like 29 weeks or something. Like he hadn't even made it to 30 weeks, I don't think. And I think they had babies survive starting at was it 24 weeks, I think is the, but you know, and so like the fact that he's 29 weeks, and so she was there for like a month, 2 months, like you know, she basically lived in the hospital, and so that was like so hard. You see your helpless little baby.
You can't do anything.
You can't do anything. Just sit there and pray and be there. That's it. It's tough. So my heart goes out to all of you preemie mamas out there who've had your babies in the NICU. Don't worry, baby's good. She's good. What are you? Girl, you there anyway. Girl, you full term.
I feel it right now.
You good. You good. All right.
So that concludes.
I know we have a quick episode today, you guys. Yeah. We didn't have a lot on our heart. I think we feel like light today.
Yeah. We're not tripping too hard. Kids acting okay.
Yeah, today's a good day. What's going on? Right. The sun and the earth aligned, apparently. Right. So.
But before we get out of here, we always want to leave you with some inspiration for you, all you mamas out there, just to remind you that you are okay. You aren't alone. We are with you. Today, what do you got, Megan?
When one door closes, another door opens. But we so often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the ones which open for us. Ooh. That's from Alexander Graham Bell, who's an entrepreneur.
That sounds like a bitter woman.
A bitter woman?
I don't know. I just saw this bitter woman, like,
looking at the closed door, like,
and then she missing all these Daniels. What were we talking?
Daniels?
Or I don't know. The Bible.
Oh, yeah, the little Bible.
Yeah.
I can't say that. We have to explain that.
I know. Okay, well, just go read the Bible. You don't have to Anyways, but I just saw this angry woman, like, and she got all these, like, beautiful men right here waiting for her.
I was actually, when I read this, I was thinking more about business.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too.
It works in so many ways. Yeah, I mean, Marisa over here talking about men. That bitter woman looking at the door like, this man.
Because that could stop you from your $1 million too.
That can, yes.
So, but no, in business, there's so many ups and downs, you know.
Yeah, and then if there's a will, there's a way. So I always say that no matter how hard something is, just there's always another way.
Yeah, for sure.
So don't worry about those closed doors, whether it's a job, whether it's a man, whether it's your kids getting on your nerves, there's always another door.
We try to get this $1 million.
Right. All right, you guys, thank you so much for taking a break with us. It's been great taking a break with you. Make sure you follow our podcast at M&AD Podcast, because we're actually going to start doing some giveaways and all that kind of stuff on there. So make sure you check it out. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and this episode. Share it with your friends and family who need it. All right, because they need to take a break. Maybe that's how you ease into the conversation. You need a break. Right. Look at this podcast. Watch this podcast. Right. I'm Megan Thomas at Meg Scoop everywhere on the internet.
And I'm Marisa Johnson at She Is Marisa J.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to Mommy Needs a Break. We'll see you next time.